Like all large corporations and government departments where staff are uniformed, New Zealand Post has a large turnover of apparel as new uniforms are continually rolled out.
So it's like, how do we find a solution to this? How do we create a demand for this fabric rather than it going to landfill? So I think the really worthwhile thing is that bringing a group of different people, different organisations together and coming up with a really creative solution. And that's been the most worthwhile thing about it. Yeah.
When corporate uniforms reach their end of life, when they are worn out or become obsolete after a redesign, the current practice for disposal of this post-consumer waste is to send it to landfill. And in response, we developed a collection of various design responses using New Zealand Post uniforms provided by Booker Spalding. And we've demonstrated these designs in full scale using upcycled techniques. So upcycling is not merely recycling, it's actually adding value to the garments. So these garments are ethical, they're fair trade, sustainable, and it's redirecting usable materials from landfill. We developed 3 different techniques that cover a range of complexities and aesthetics. The first one is called the splice technique, and this is where garments are cut and joined together. The second technique is called the conjoined technique, and this is where no cutting is involved, and this is where we join 2 or more garments together. So these garments are actually zero waste, where there's nothing removed. And then the piece technique, which is a little bit more like a traditional technique in that it's using patterns, and it's depending on the offcuts or garment types available. We've often tried to use end of row or fabric surface to requirement. We also quality control all the way through to check for faults, for fit evaluation and size allocation, and then the garments are packed up.
Working with Massey University has been one of the exciting projects because it not only brings a not-for-profit organisation and a corporate company, but it has also given us the opportunity to work with Massey, who really have the skills and the knowledge and the expertise to move us from being a standalone organisation into working with a university that has never happened before.
I had no idea how much of just corporate uniforms were in the landfill.
Are you looking at them quite differently?
Yeah, because I look around the room and we see, this is just a small part of what we've got, and if it wasn't here, it would be in the landfill.
Which are just handling the machines and getting that experience, because some people would be working on these every day, whereas they're skipping from 1, 2 to 3 different types of machines within a day. And they're making the entire garment, they're not just doing piecework either. So that's quite hard to do, making something from scratch, and you're the sole person that's looking after it to the very, very end product.
I'm used to making this production line, working in factories, making nurses' uniforms and shirts and everything. So when you're in a production line, you only get a certain piece you do, and you sort of pass it on.
Yeah, I've learned a lot from the clothing. Yeah. I think it's seeing the person wearing them, but just looking at them as they are now, no, need the person to wear it.
Definitely do.
And I can say, yeah, I cut that. Took a while, but I cut it.